Alright, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm making meatloaf and we're going to have roasted potatoes with it because I'm out of instant mashed potatoes. So this is the little mini baby size potato. I'm just going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces like that. And I'll throw them in the pan here. So I'm going to try to work as fast as I can because I'm running late with dinner. I want them all about the same size. Okay, so let me chop these up and I'll be right back. So to this I'm going to chop up an onion. It's the last one in the house for till I go shopping. And I'm going to add that to the potatoes. Bell pepper would go good in this too. I've done it with that. Bell pepper and onions. Yeah. Okay. And I want to try to keep this in a single layer as much as possible. I have another one of these 9x13 pans, but someone baked in it earlier. So I have this little guy I'm going to use. Already my eyes are stinging. Woohoo! Okay. Oh, hey, eyeballs. I should have worn sunglasses. According to my son, that trick works for him. Just don't want to cut if I can't see. Alright, so there's 1/2 the onion going into this pan. Break it up with my hand, sprinkle it around. If I could see. A few to break open. Okay, there's one pan. Sorry, I keep stopping, but need to see you when I'm cutting. That's a start. Okay, now sprinkle into this pan. Alright, I'm going to pause here and go wash my hands. Okay, now to the potatoes. I'm going to drizzle some olive oil over the top. Probably plenty. That is more than enough. It's supposed to be just a drizzle. I'm always heavy-handed with the olive oil, but that's okay. Let me wipe my hands here. And then, time for some powdered garlic. Oops. Just a sprinkle over the top. Alright, don't have to go too crazy. Now some powdered onion. Now some black pepper. Okay, and salt. So I'm going to pour it in my hand. Woo, 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 woo. And just lightly sprinkle around. Whoops, I'll get that later. And now basil. Oh yeah, it's plenty. So we'll just give this a good stir. Get it coated with the oil and the seasonings. Don't fall out. Wish I had the bigger pan to make the stirring easier on this one. Alright, now I'll do this one. We'll stir these up and be right back. Okay, that's pretty well stirred. Now I just want to kind of even out the pan into as much of a single layer as I can get. Alright, and this is ready to go in the oven. Oh, I could put a few in here. And this one. Yeah, so into the oven, 400 degrees. About 45 minutes. But I'm going to give this a head start because the meatloaf takes about 45 minutes as well. But I'm going to give it a head start just in case they're not cooked through enough. I can always check it. Alright, I'll pop these in. I'll be right back. Okay, so now this is my compost bowl. So I have one potato that looked a little green. I threw it in there. It'll go in compost. Maybe it'll start growing next year. And I have the onion skins. And now to the 3 pounds of hamburger, I'm going to put two eggs. So I like to crack them in a bowl first so I don't get any shells into my mixture. That's a big one. Just wipe my hands off. Then I'll just give this a little beat, break up the yolks, throw it into the meat. Alright. And then we need to add Worcestershire sauce. Do a little shake first. I totally eyeball everything every time, so I couldn't really give you measurements. But if I had to guess, I'd say that's half a cup. And then the usual suspects, garlic. Oops. Onion powder. Basil. It's not coming out fast enough for me. Plenty. Pepper. Yeah, measurements, no idea. But you could just play around. Alright, you know I forgot one ingredient. It is grated Parmesan. Be right back. Okay, so let's see how much that could be. It's about, that was the end of that bottle, and some in this bottle. I'll go with 3/4 of a cup in my estimations. And then, here's what I use instead of breadcrumbs. Cheerios. say a cup and a half or so. Then I could always add more if this is too moist. So here's the fun part. Clean hands. Let's get in there. Smell all the seasonings. Cheerios is kind of a weird thing, but it's what my family's done growing up all my life, and I just prefer it. I prefer the taste. Some people do oatmeal, some people do rice, some people do breadcrumbs. What do you guys do? What do you like to put in your meatloaf besides for bread or otherwise? Anything secret ingredient? I'm always open to trying new things for meatloaves. Like one of my girlfriends does that. Anything with bacon I like. Yeah, it's a little bit wet. So, will you please pour little Cheerios into my bowl here?
Okay.
Pour a little in for me. Right there. Because my hands are messy. A little more. Okay. A little more. That's good. That's good. Thank you for your help.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better. I've been doing this so long, like I can feel the moisture level in this, and I know if it needs anything. Okay, we're back, and I mixed this up, and I think it needs more seasoning, believe it or not. So first, I washed my hands so I could touch these bottles again. Add some more of everything. A little more of everything. All right. Would you please shake this in? Some pepper?
Okay.
Go all around. Good job. All right, now some basil. Ready? Use this side. There you go. Shake that in. Try not to hit the meat with the tip of the can.
Okay.
Okay. Give it a good shake all around. Should get you a stool so you can reach. Yeah.
Sure.
A little more. No. It's all right. We'll just work on it together. All right. So a little bit of onion powder, please. That's a big jar of onion powder. Okay. And a little bit of garlic powder, please. Okay, that's plenty. And you definitely need more Parmesan.
That stinks.
Yeah, it's garlic.
Stinks.
Or onion, whatever. Okay, this comes out fast, so. Whoa. Wait a minute. Parmesan. All right, I think that's good.
Okay.
And I'll mix that up again. All right, thanks for your help. I'm going to mix this now.
Okay.
This is the fun part. Getting all dirty. Your hands all messy.
I wish I could do that.
Cheerios flying everywhere. Alright, that's good. Nice and mixed. And now I can definitely smell the seasonings. So, let's bring this bowl over to my pan. Okay, so we're just going to take this whole thing out, plop it in the middle. Try not to lose any. Doesn't look good, but it will taste good when it's cooked.
Poor Cheerios.
Yeah, there we go. And I just form this into a kind of an oval shape. Go on the sides first.
It looks like a car.
Does it?
Yeah.
And tuck in anything that fell out. Excuse me.
Okay, now
Like
it
that,
looks like a
and then
flat
smush
piece
it.
of brown.
You want it to be not so thick. so it'll cook evenly. And, so I'm just going to form this a little more on this side. That's all there is to
Now
it.
that looks like a dolphin back.
Oh, will you give me a spoon, a large spoon, please? I forgot.
What does
Okay.
it look like?
A large spoon. Let me go wash my hands and I'll be right back. So, my daughter got me a spoon. Whoops, that lid's broken. And here's how I do the top of this. Very thickly, I like to squirt ketchup. Very close together. I'm going to go down the sides. This to me is the best part of meatloaf. Seems like a lot of ketchup. Maybe a little more on this end. Okay. Take the back of the spoon and just smooth it a little bit, but keep it real thick. And I can smell those potatoes and onions in the oven. I'm going to have to give them a stir so that it cooks even. All right. So that is ready to go into the oven about 40-45 minutes. Okay. Here's one of the pans. I forgot to put the timer on. So let's set this for everything. 45 minutes. Yeah, all right. Just gonna give this a little stir. And then pop it back in. I'll probably do this one more time while it's cooking. Make sure it has enough olive oil every time I take it out, because you don't want it to stick to the pan. Okay, so it's going to go back in, and when this is done cooking, I'll show you how everything looks. Pulled this out, and I'm not sure if it's done yet, so I'm just going to cut it in the middle. Look inside. And that's done. Good. Alright, we pull up the potatoes. So, we got this out of the oven. It's like boiling. I stirred this a couple times while I was waiting. So I went over the 45 minutes. I ended up doing it the full hour for everything. Because this, I wasn't sure if it was done enough. But now it is. So look at that. Just making sure there's nothing sticking to the bottom too much. Over here, a little sticking action going on. Alright, let me get some plates and we'll serve this up. Okay, so this piece will be on the side here. Doesn't that look good? Messy but good. There you have it. Nice crispy on the outside, tender in the middle, potatoes. Of course, I'm afraid of stabbing this without flying everywhere. Look at that, fork tender. Alright. It's really hot. Meatloaf is perfect. Nice roasted potatoes. A nice alternative to mashed once in a while, you know? And so that's how I make my meatloaf and roasted potatoes. Thanks for watching.